powers that be at OMC have asked me to vlog my fishing, and in true tradition I've started it properly, and I am in the back of a van waiting on the gate to get onto Grenville. In the swim, I'm in peg 6. This has done a few bites recently. I'm quite keen on this peg and it's got good form. 32.5 wraps out to the spot, and it's a long way. There's a wind blowing currently kind of into this corner, which means that I've got a bow in the line as I'm casting out and an undertow to deal with as well. So it's quite a tricky one. Only took me about 3 million casts to get the marker float out there. Then I got a 15 kilo bait drop from Paul, which saved me an awful lot of spodding. 3 rods deployed on the spot. I'm using the Tweakers kickback links, and I'm using the Chods Away system. Now this creates a brilliant hinge rig. How that works is quite straightforward. The link system looks like this, and on the link system you've got an anti-tangle sleeve, you've got a length of fluorocarbon fused with a quick change link at the end and a tungsten bead. You attach the Chods Away to the quick change link, slide the tungsten bead over it, and you're done. Now what I've found is with the short Chods Away in a 4 and indeed a 6, that is the perfect amount of tungsten to balance a 12mm pop-up that I use with a little bit of liquid on it. But ultimately that's my go-to rig at the moment, and then because I can't leave it alone and it's so successful for me, I'm also have one out there on the multi-combi rig. Now this rig needs no introduction really, you know how it works. It's a section of our kickback fluorocarbon crimped, then an Albright knot with a section of doubled over ammo braid, and that's in a slip D style, so I can change the hook really quickly and of course change the dazzler. That's fished with a lot of putty there, an overweighted pop-up, little 12mm pop-up, and that's that rig. So 3 on the dance floor, fingers crossed the carp are in the zone. All we've got to do now is wait. Well, a little bit of effort last night definitely paid off. I managed to recast the rods just after lunchtime when the wind just dropped enough to be able to comfortably get the rods back out at that range. 128, 130 yards with a crosswind was definitely fun. And it looked like it paid off because there is one currently sulking in the net over there, ready to have his picture taken shortly when Paul arrives. But it's been another successful Grenville trip and another winter fish, so super happy with that. Time to head back, face the real world until next week. Well, there it is, 40 hours on Grenville, persistence paid off. That early bait drop from Paul, about 15 kilos on the spot, 3 rods on it, and then just leave them until the fish turned up. And this amazing common turned up this morning just before first light. Absolutely brilliant session. This is what you want. One fish in the winter is just enough. My hands are freezing, let's pop it back. Well, we're back at Grenville and it's a week later. Nothing's been out since that amazing PB UK common actually of 41.8 that I had last Wednesday. I've had a good walk around this morning. Peg 6 is taken, peg 11, 12, 14, 16 are all taken, the sort of go-in swims as it were for this time of year. So whilst over there I did see a couple of fish show towards the cabin. I've hot-footed around to peg 33 and I found just a drop off where it drops down from the sort of bar area where there's a bit of a mussel bar and some weed bed. It drops down there to about 26, 28 feet, and I've had a big bait drop. 25 kilos, a mixture of the house bait and the OMC bait. Is an awful lot of bait, but for Grenville is not unusual. So that's where we're at. We're in 33. I've got my fingers crossed, the coffee's on. Hopefully when I come back to the camera, it'll be holding a nice big carp. We'll see. Well, it's been a quiet night at Grenville. The wind has picked up a little bit and is still blowing a bit of an easterly, so it's very cold into this bank, but the sun has come out. It's not quite as cold as it was yesterday, but I'm sure it's going to drop a bit tonight unless we get some cloud cover. However, in good news, over on the far bank, Craig has had an amazing fish at £61, a fish of a lifetime. Awesome. I would have packed up and gone home, but he's still over there hoping for another one. So I'm going to get these rods back out. I've put fresh baits on, check the hooks are super sharp, get them back out, ready for the night ahead. Well, this 48-hour session's come to a close in no fish for me, but I was lucky enough to see that £61 absolute mega beast come out from peg 16, and that was well worth the trip. Last night that easterly wind continued and it was bitter cold. This morning, beautiful sunshine, is more than 10 degrees already, well into double figures, and those fish will be on the move and no doubt having a bit of a munch. My session's over, but I'm definitely looking forward to coming back here if this warm weather continues. I hope you enjoyed the vlog, and if you did, hit like and subscribe below, and I'll see you in the next one.